our party is going to set out from the capital to the mountain.
Mount Wick, right?
Mount Wick, which is right here. So the route to Mount Wick is just, down the road a few miles, and then up the mountain, and then around to the north side. So, first real decision of the game. Do you want to take a carriage to the base of the mountain, or would you like to walk? It's a 10-mile journey. You can do it in a carriage in 2 hours, or you can do it on foot in 3 hours.
I say we take a carriage, it's safer.
It's way safer to take a carriage. I don't think it'll be weird if we take a carriage at all, because that's what nobles do.
Yeah.
Okay. You guys can hop into your carriage. That you've got a driver and probably a servant or two with you to, just tend to things. If the carriage gets stuck, the driver and the servant will help you move it. They'll both sit up front. Anaya can be the driver. The servant is Ferret.
In the morning on the way to down, and I head into the cellar and fill up a flask of wine.
In the morning, I pray for new spells, and I got Cure Light Wounds, a Blast, and an Entangle. And I use the Good Berry.
Excellent. And off the party goes. Your carriage will roll along the road. You will pass many of people as they travel all about, and they will make way as you barrel down. You'll arrive at the mountain without any problems. You'll have passed maybe 100 people or so on the fairly busy road between Wicthron Marenta and all the other places. When you arrive at the base of the mountain, you can see there's a climbing company here with a tour guide set up with some fairly well-off middle-class people that are ready to head up the mountain and see the sights and the sounds and visit the animals and whatnot. And you can disembark here. Your driver and your servant says that they will wait here for you. There's a small little inn and tavern for people to rest and relax and get some food before their hike or after their hike. And for those that may wish to stay for a while, so they can stay here. And they'll just wait for you to come back. What do you tell your servant and driver that you're doing here at the mountain?
We're out here doing a
going on
fair
a
bit of
hike
hunting,
today.
my friend.
Splendid. Good luck on the hunt.
Nice to get out of the city once in a while. Breathe the fresh air.
How's your family?
Splendid, sir. Splendid. My sister just had another girl. Her husband is happy with it, and she is still resting from the delivery. Last night, actually.
Oh,
Congratulations.
I wish her the best of health.
Hey, Martha, shine upon them.
Thank you, thank you.
As we head out from the carriage, I'll turn back to speak to the carriage driver and hand him a silver coin and say, for the baby.
Thank you, my lord.
Give him a nod and turn back around.
Right. Well, here you are at the base of the mountain. Let's hike up. First thing you'll notice right away is that there are a couple of eyes on you. It looks like the leader of the hiking company here has spotted you guys, and by the way she's looking at you, you get the distinct impression that she knows who you are. Her mouth isn't quite agape, but she's doing the oh my god, it's the McGarry family. What are they doing here? Sort of watching you as the other climbers put on their gear and do the oh, look at this. We've got this climbing harness. How does this fit on? Playing around with it, being the yokels that they are.
So if it looks like they're going to take a little while to get ready, I suggest that we get moving quickly so we can get a head start on them. Or if they look like they're about to leave, maybe we should wait to give them a head start.
They're going to be a few minutes.
I need. If it's a few
staying
minutes, I
again,
think we
Kirill.
should wait.
Okay. Yeah, well,
Shall
there's
we,
a tavern down here.
Yeah, shall we get some breakfast in the tavern for an hour and give them a chance to get ahead of us?
Yeah, I mean, it might be good to follow them, to keep them at a decent distance so that we at least know the path is clear behind them, yeah?
Don't want them to see us where we turn off.
Yeah, of course, but I mean, we can dawdle and take our time. There's no harm in getting breakfast first, though, at the tavern, if you can control your intake.
If we
Sure,
get
I can
breakfast,
manage
no
it.
drinks tonight. Or no drinks at the tavern while we're there.
Of course, no. Doesn't do to drink in the mornings.
Never said that before.
I've said it before.
Yeah, I suppose it's too late drinking at night to even be awake during the morning, so...
That's true. You did force us to get an early night last night. But you know what? I feel good for it. It's nice to see the sun rise in the morning. breathe the fresh air.
All right. You can head into the creek side, named because it is built right next to a creek. It's got a really nice patio over the creek that like spans it with a bridge that you can sit on and then flanks either side. It's sort of a pricier place, but you guys are flush, so it doesn't even matter. Your meals will run a couple of gold, which you have more than enough for. And yeah, you can hang out until you find the right time to go, which I think is right after one of these hiking companies.
Yeah, we just want to get some space between us and them.
Yeah, no problem. Then up the mountain we go. It is a nice jaunt uphill.
Okay.
All right, so I get a bit winded going up this mountain.
Yeah. Why are you so winded, Emmerich?
Hungover perhaps.
It's the flash that
Hung over. I thought we didn't drink last night.
Well, yeah, No, but there was wine at dinner, wasn't there?
Of course.
Yeah, right. So
Yeah.
maybe I just drank a little bit too much at dinner. Or no, actually, maybe it's not drinking is the problem.
Yeah, that seems more
Got
likely.
that,
that would
got
make
that
sense,
withdrawal
yeah.
going on. So I stop for a rest and take a drink from my flask, chat myself up a little bit. Feel a
Some
lot
water
better.
will do you good.
Yeah, right. Just a little bit dehydrated there, guys. Give me a minute.
You don't go on many marches at wizard school, it seems.
Nah, it's more bookwork, I'm afraid.
Yeah. The hiking party before you will leave you in their dust, and by the time you get to the turnoff place, you can see another party coming up to catch you. Find the
Shit.
turnoff side. You don't quite see them. You more like hear their voices. The leader of the party saying, "Come on, everybody! We got to keep a pace. We want to get to the top before sundown."
And we're just like resting off to the side, yeah?
Yeah, you've come to the area and you're looking at your map and you're like, well, I think this is the rock they're talking about that we need to take the path at, or take a right at.
If you
when
want,
you hear the voices in the distance behind you.
I can make sure that they don't see us. I can cast Entangle real quick and they
Ah,
won't be
yeah.
able
It
to
doesn't
get
matter
through
so
it.
much if people see us hiking on a mountain. I mean, as
Yeah,
long as
let's
nobody
just-
sees us turn off the path where we have to
Oh, I
go.
thought we were about to turn off on the path now.
Yeah, but they can't see us, right? They're down the mountain a bit. We can hear them. Let's make a move now. They just think we've gone ahead of them.
Sure.
All right.
Yeah.
Who wants to be in the front off-road?
I'll go in
And
the
you guys
front.
are armed and
think
armored,
that's
right? You're doing
fine.
this hike in like
Mhm.
plate mail and chain mail with weapons dangling at your sides.
Yes.
I'm not.
I am.
Yeah, so you can hike along the mountain. There is a section where some of these vines have grown over a gap, and it looks like it's stable ground. But with your perception check, you will easily see, or you will be able to notice that those vines aren't supported by anything, and it is not stable ground. And you can avoid the dangerous mountainside.
I'll point them out. and, yeah.
Yeah, leading the rest of the party along the front side of the mountain, the north side of it, until you arrive at this strange flat rock that sort of sticks, like juts out a little bit. If the mountainside is over here, it sticks out and then has like a very flat face on it, forming like a bit of a V at the top with this maybe 10-foot tall sheer face that's pointed like a triangle at the top and then comes down wobbly all the way to the bottom.
Mhm.
And this is supposed to be what turns into a doorway when the moon rises.
And we're reasonably far off path right now, right? We wouldn't expect anybody would stumble into this area.
Right.
Okay.
There's no trail. The only trail is what your footsteps have left behind.
Yeah, gotcha.
Is this the place?
So we're gonna rest here for the night, and so I can.
This would appear to be
Alright.
the place, correct? Are they supposed to be
You'll rest here
bugbears
tonight.
outside this place, or are they supposed to be within the workshop itself?
If they were outside, they'd probably be dead by now. I assume they're inside.
All right, then we
I would
wait here
assume
for a
yes.
day.
Although that's not to say these mountains are safe. I mean, this place is uncamped. There could be anything out here, so we should keep watches.
Yeah, I'm gonna hand a good berry out. So
Okay.
I'll be at like 4.
When the sun starts to go down, I'll draw a light stone.
Great. You have a lightstone. The sun goes down. You guys brought bedrolls with you, I think.
Correct.
Yeah.
Okay. So you guys can rest for the night here. And then rest all the next day, and then head in the next night, right?
Yeah.
So it's your watch, Nick. Late
great.
at night.
Yeah.
How do you keep your watch?
Drunken.
No, I mean, I'm sort of starting to realize that I've not brought enough alcohol with me, so I'm kind of rationing it. So I keep my watch nervously, getting the shakes a little bit, not drinking enough. A little bit worried to be out in the dangerous wilderness, but I'm taking it seriously. Yeah, and I got my light stand, so there's nothing sneaking up on me too easily.
Well,
Yes.
sure enough, your fears have come true. You will spot
Let it be
sort of
spiders.
creeping towards you from a pretty good distance away, coming down the side of the path, a large cat.
Oh fuck.
Yeah, it's tawny in color. It's sort of sitting at the edge of your vision. You can see like the reflection of the light in its eyes doing that weird mirroring effect. And by the light of the almost full moon, you can sort of see the backside of it, the tawny color on it.
Okay, I kick whoever's next to me. Anton, wake up!
I'll wake up immediately.
Tyrael, wake up! It's a mountain lion.
Yeah, wake up.
Alright, once everyone is up, I'm gonna fire an arrow off at this thing and try and scare it off. There we
Yes,
go.
your arrow will whistle through the night and collide with the mountain lion. So you will have it hit it like right in the shoulder. I guess it's not the shoulder, the hip joint of its back leg, which will give it minor bleeding. So every so often it's just going to take damage, and its movement has been hindered by 1/3. So it has
Nice.
2/3 movement and will slowly bleed.
Okay, I
The
knocked you on
mountain
the arrow.
lion freaks out with a loud shout. The party is very hostile. The mountain lion is threatening you, and it will fail its morale check and then begin to back away from you, hissing sort of at you guys as it tries to back off, like limping on its back left leg, sorry, and trying not to put too much weight on it.
I've got a second shot this round though.
That is true.
Yeah? So can I roll
Yeah.
my second shot if we're fighting it still?
Yes, you did initiate. Go ahead and take your second shot. That second shot sort of like hits it on the side, cuts it across its thicker fur, and does nothing.
I throw an entangle at it.
Alright, I'm readying an attack with my sword.
Yeah, I would like to step forward and ready an attack with my sword as well. I don't know our exact positioning, but I imagine I'd want to be in front of Nick.
Yeah.
And me, please.
Yeah, you're all, I think, just around a campfire, so you can quickly put yourself ahead. Lucas is going to cast an entangle, and Tyrael is going to move towards the mountain lion and attack it.
In front of Nick. Not like 20 feet forward, but just so that I'm in front of Nick with an attack readied, basically, if it moves
Okay, but
forward.
you're going to like stay in like a guard position in front of him,
Yes.
because the mountain lion's out of melee range.
Yeah, correct.
Yeah.
The mountain lion will back the fuck off. Lucas will go at 7. What is the range of entangle?
80 yards.
Well then, as the mountain lion picks its way carefully backwards across the mountain while wounded, you will still have line of sight to it when your entangle spell goes off. So your mountain lion is trying to pull itself through the woods here, but vines and little bits of grass and the occasional bush that it's passing all reach out to him, like actively growing or twisting to grab hold of the lion, who can sort of break free of it here and break free of it there, but is dragging
Keeps
that
coming.
back right leg or back left leg. Its back is to you now as it attempts to retreat.
You guys should just be able to pick it off with arrows. Just finish it.
I'll draw my short bow and take a shot.
I'll do a bless.
The mountain lion is going to attempt to head down the mountain this time. Instead of back across the path, it's going to take a dangerous attempt to just like break down. Because your AoE is sort of here, and if it can get downhill, maybe it can escape. But it is going to be a dangerous section. It'll sort of head down a rough slope, because you're near the edge of the mountain anyway, and it begins to go down the slope. You guys can still take shots, but it has enough cover from the slope of the mountain and the angle and the foliage that is between you and it.
Yeah, I'll put my bow down. Save the arrow. It's
Yeah.
defeated at this
I
point.
might as well anyway, yeah.
Alright, I mean,
It'll go
is this
off.
the end? Is it the end of my watch or?
No, it's
Just
the middle of
it.
your watch. Yeah.
Alright, guys, get some sleep. I'll finish my watch. I'll wake you up.
I go back to bed.
Mountain lion easily driven off. Didn't even get within the radius of your light. And we can go to the next day. You are here on the mountainside all day until the sun sets. Anything you want to do?
Is there any birds flying nearby?
Yeah, totally.
I'll color spray a bird since I need to relearn a different spell.
You color spray a bird. It falls out of the air and plummets to the ground at your feet.
I draw some sand out of my bag and mutter some words of magic, and the sand, blows in a big silhouette of color over this bird and it collapses. And I will draw a dagger and kill it and cook it up for us. I will replace the color spray with reveal doors.
I keep the Cure Light Wounds, and I get 2 Detect Snares, and a Hold Person as my 2nd level spell. Hold Person, I would assume, would work on bugbears because they're bipedal creatures. And...
Yes, I think bugbears are considered person.
Okay.
Right.
So we spend the day just like chatting shit at the top of the mountain, right? Waiting for the moon to rise.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And you chat the shit. You wait for the day to pass. Nothing eventful happens. You've got good berries to eat.
We have 1 good berry left.
And eventually the sun goes down. The moon comes up. And as the moonlight comes across this nice big flat surface, a door is just sort of revealed. A nice crack around the edge with a handle set in the middle of it. It just sort of isn't there one moment, and as the light changes, you just sort of start noticing it, and it's as if it's been there the entire time and you just didn't notice the door. But all of a sudden, you can notice it.
There it is. Cletus was right.
Well, I don't think he'd lie to us.
I go over to it and run my hands over the door. Is there runes on it or anything like that?
No, it's just got a nice outline and then an inset turning knob that sits inside the face of the door.
So there's no obvious magic runes or anything that I could study to work out how this thing has been put together.
An identify spell coupled with a detect magic spell might help you out.
Wait, does it look like we can just turn the handle and open the door?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I will do that then. I'll reach in, turn the handle. Wait. As I reach for, I say, maybe you should check for traps, Tyrell.
Yeah, it lasts a while, so let me, I'll cast the Detect Traps. Detect Snares and Pits.
So you can cast Detect Pit and Snares and gaze before you. You find no pit or stairs, but by the moonlight, you can see there is a stairway that heads down into a larger room that's maybe 25 feet across by 25 feet deep. Most of the room is being blocked by the height of the staircase.
All right, let's not waste time. Let's get going. Don't want to get trapped down here.
Who is the first person in?
Tyrael first, me second, Wizard third.
Okay. Tyrael. You walk into this room, and you see in the very center of it is a pedestal, but the area around the pedestal has been blackened and charred. You will find 2 corpses in this room as well. One thrown off to the left side, one thrown off to the right side. The character on the left side has some rusted, blackened chainmail on it, a broken sword that is lying sort of near the hand. And it contains also has a rotted bag on it. The other character, it doesn't really have much left on him. It's just sort of some bones. There's a bit of a rusted dagger near its pelvis. Some buckles that were probably on its belt or pants still remain as well, but the remainder of it has rotted away with time.
All right, what's on the
Clearly,
pedestal?
You are not the first people here. Nothing's actually on the pedestal right now. It's just a it's just a blackened cylinder that rises out of the middle of the room.
Well, this doesn't bode well.
Well, thankfully we have 2 magicians here that can detect traps for us. Seems as though we've had other people in this cave or workshop trying to rob this poor wizard of his possessions. What do you think?
I suppose we should be grateful that they got killed. Didn't make it to the loot.
Sure, but can we identify the source of these charred bodies? Is there some sort of fire trap in this room, or?
I look around the walls of the room. Is there any doors?
Directly opposite of you, there is a doorway.
If this one body was hit by a fireball and that like threw it back, say it was like at the pedestal, so if I draw a line from where the pedestal is to the body, and then carry on that line back to the wall to maybe where the fireball would have come from, can I see anything on the wall where that is?
You're having a hard time. You can't really see the path of the fireball. The bodies aren't like they are. How do you say? They're both closer to the doorway. They're on the door side, so your side of the room, and they're both like off in separate directions. So as long as the blast happened in front of them, the fireball could have come from any direction if it was a fireball.
Is there anything on the ground around the pedestal that looks like maybe they picked something up and then dropped it when they got fireballed?
If there was such a thing, it is long ago rotted by time, so nothing metallic or stone that would have kept through the years.
Okay, well look, I'm out of ideas, guys. Maybe
I would assume it was just a one-time thing, and whatever's on the pedestal that they picked up triggered it, and it's done with. I think we should just keep moving and go down this stairwell. My spell is not picking up anything, and it's on a limited time.
Okay.
all right. After you, Anton, since you're so sure.
Real quick, just in looking at the two bodies, does it seem immediately obvious that the bodies are of substantially different age? So maybe they're wearing similar clothes, but one has clothing that's like far more deteriorated than the other body, or maybe the bones are more brittle and dusting or whatever on one body versus the other?
It looks like these bodies are about the same age. The little bits of fabric or leather that are still on them are about equally deteriorated. It's possible that they are, within a couple years of each other. They all look pretty old, and the air here is pretty dry. So if they came in separate times, those separate times would have been very close to one another.
Okay, understood. All right, let's carry forward. We don't have much time.
Okay.
We'll keep going.
Across the 25-foot room is a doorway with a heavy-set oaken door in it.
It's the only one door.
Just the one door.
All right.
Anton, does it
Nothing
appear to
on
be
the
trapped?
detect traps or anything?
No traps, no snares, no pitfalls. Nope.
Doesn't seem like anything's there. Yeah,
We'll trust in the spell.
Yeah,
trust
Anton,
the
I'm
spell
trusting
until
you.
it fails.
Yep, I open the door.
All right. You find that the door is hung off center intentionally so that as you open it, you sort of need to open and push forward, and if you let go, it'll just swing shut behind you.
Interesting. As I open the door, I would like to step into the next room, but I'd like to keep the door open. Is there a handle on the other side, or when it closes, will this be... Okay.
No, there's a handle on the other side.
Can I test the handle? It's not going to fall off. It should be. We should be able to easily open the door once it's closed, right?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
We go in?
The other side is a long hall, about 50 feet long, about 15 feet wide. And the sides are sort of fluted. So you, at the base, it's nice and flat and even, but at the top, there's a series of alcoves, 4 on each side that cut in and then back out again. And they're not at an angle. So they've got a sloped flute to them. 4 of them on each side. The flutes are about 5 feet wide, and there's about a 5-foot gap between each flute.
Well, if there's going to be any missile traps, it's probably in here, so... Anton, do you want to cautiously take the lead?
I'll cautiously take the lead and see if I see anything. It's 10 by 40 foot AoE.
No pits, no snares, no pitfalls, no
Man-made
simple
traps. Okay. I'll take the lead then. Keep going.
As you step in to the room, you very quickly notice there are bodies in here as well. There are 4 very large skeletons, they would have been 8 feet tall. They're definitely not human. And then there are 2 other humanoid bodies. The humanoids are in the back corners, as you enter into the room and it opens up on the left and right side, there are these 2 human bodies. And then around them one of them has 3 skeletons, 3 giant skeletons around it, and one has 1 giant skeleton around it.
All right, I want to take a look at one of these skeletons and see if they're bugbears.
Do you have any history with bugbears? Do you have any skills that would help you figure this out?
No. But I'm smart, well-read, went to school.
Yeah, but if I gave you a skull, like an animal skull, do you think you could tell the difference between a dog and a hyena and a mountain lion?
No,
They're all
but
about the same size.
I think I could say that it looks like similar. It could be an orc, it could be a bugbear, but it's something like that. Like also like there's no flesh on it whatsoever. It's completely a skeleton.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas the bodies of the humans still have flesh on them. So this,
There's like little bits of sinew, and the hair is still there, and the fingernails have fallen off, but are still there.
What's the arrangement of these bodies? Is there like one person and three skeletons? Are they like laying all together, or?
There is one person in a corner with two skeletons adjacent to them, and then a third slightly a little bit farther back. And then the other body is backed into a corner as well, with a skeleton that is sort of like leaning on top of it.
Okay, but the skeletons are like upright in an unnatural way, like. Oh, it's on the ground?
The bones are sort of scattered and not even connected for the large ones.
Gotcha.
they look damaged, right?
Yeah, you can see breaks in the bones, and they're, none of them are actually connected anymore. Some of them have cracks, some of them are clearly snapped in multiple pieces. And there are also like bones sort of scattered into the room beyond.
Okay, so it looks like whoever these guys are, they fought some of the skeletons for us.
Do we think these skeletons are going to come back, or?
I mean, probably not, but it doesn't hurt to smash the skulls in with this mace of ours.
Yeah, I agree.
I'll pull out the mace and I'll smash whatever skulls there are.
All right. You break them into pieces.
Alright, let's keep going, yeah.
All right. You walk through the room. Tyrael first?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, Tyrael. When you get to about the middle of the room and you step on the ground, you feel the ground sink, maybe like a half inch. And then there's sort of a sound. And from the 4 flutes before you, slide out large bugbear skeletons.